If you're looking for luxury homes in Arizona, most people immediately look at Scottsdale. But there's another place where buyers are quietly getting a lot more house for the money. It's a place where you can get 2 acres of land, mountain views, and complete privacy, not at the cost of Scottsdale. And that place is Queen Creek, Arizona. Now, here's the thing. For some people, Queen Creek ends up being one of the best luxury lifestyle moves they ever make. But for others, it quickly becomes a place they realize might be a little too far out, a little too quiet, or just not the lifestyle they expected. And here's the part that most relocation videos don't explain very well. Queen Creek is not trying to compete with Scottsdale. It's competing in an entirely different lane. And that lane is something that is becoming very hard to find in most major metro areas: space, privacy, acreage, and luxury homes that actually feel like estates. So in this video, we're going to break down the real expectations versus reality of living in Queen Creek, Arizona. Specifically in the luxury communities where homes are running anywhere from 1.5 million to 3 million and beyond. And we're talking about areas like White Wing at Whisper Ranch, the Pecans, Circle G Ranches, Sossaman Estates, and some of the incredible ranchette-style acreage properties scattered throughout Queen Creek. But here's the most important part. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly which category you fall into. The people who move here and absolutely love it, and the people who quickly realize it may not be the right fit. And trust me, both groups exist. Here's the biggest mistake people make when they're researching places to live in Arizona. They ask a simple question: what's the best city to live in? But the truth is, there is no single answer, because the best place to live depends entirely on your lifestyle. Some people want walkability, restaurants, nightlife. Others want quiet, land, views, and a home that feels like a private retreat. And that's exactly where Queen Creek shines. But to figure out if it fits your lifestyle, we're going to run it through a 5-factor scorecard. If Queen Creek wins your scorecard, it's probably the right move. If it doesn't, you might want to look at other parts of the valley. Here are the 5 categories we're going to test. Number 1, luxury homes and real estate value. Number 2, location and commute. Number 3, privacy and peace of mind. Number 4, lifestyle and land. And number 5, future growth. And stay with me until the end, because I'm going to share exactly who Queen Creek is perfect for and who should probably not move here at all. Let's start with the factor that gets most people looking at Queen Creek in the first place: the homes. Because when buyers relocating from places like California first start looking at luxury homes in Arizona, they usually search places like Scottsdale or Paradise Valley. But then something interesting happens. They start realizing that if they want space, privacy, acreage, those areas get expensive very quickly. And that's when Queen Creek enters the conversation. Because here, it's still possible to find luxury estates sitting on 1 acre, 2 acres, sometimes even more. And this is especially true in communities like the Pecans, Circle G Ranches, White Wing, Sossaman Estates, where homes often sit on large lots with custom architecture, gated entries, and serious privacy. And here's the moment where a lot of buyers stop scrolling Zillow and say the same thing. Wait, you can get that much land in Arizona for this price? And the answer is yes, but there's a reason for it. And that reason leads us to the next factor. It's the one thing that makes some buyers cross Queen Creek off their list immediately: location. Now, this is where expectations and reality start to separate a little bit. Because Queen Creek sits on the far southeastern edge of the Phoenix metro area, which means 2 things. First, you're surrounded by open space, farmland, mountain views, and quiet desert landscapes. But second, you're also further from the core of Phoenix and Scottsdale. So if someone in your household needs to commute into central Phoenix, Scottsdale, or even the airport on a daily basis, that drive can become part of your lifestyle. And here's the part I always tell relocation buyers: drive it yourself. Don't just trust Google Maps. Test the commute during the times you would actually travel. Because depending on where you're headed, Queen Creek can feel like a peaceful retreat, or it can feel like a bit of a trek. But here's where things get interesting. For buyers who work remotely or only commute occasionally, Queen Creek can feel like an incredible upgrade because instead of living closer to the city in tighter neighborhoods, you get land and homes that actually feel like estates. Which brings us to one of the biggest reasons luxury buyers choose Queen Creek: privacy. One of the biggest differences you'll notice when you drive through Queen Creek's luxury communities is just how quiet and spacious everything feels. In places like White Wing, Circle G Ranches, the Pecans, homes aren't stacked right on top of each other. Lots are larger, streets are quieter, and many homes are tucked behind private gates and long driveways. For buyers coming from more dense cities, this is often exactly what they're looking for. And it creates a very different living experience compared to more urban parts of the Phoenix metro. Now, does that mean Queen Creek feels completely rural? Not exactly. The town has grown tremendously over the past decade, but it still maintains that rural luxury character that a lot of buyers find very appealing. And that brings us to something that really defines life here: the lifestyle. This is where Queen Creek really separates itself, because the lifestyle here revolves around something that is becoming increasingly rare in major metro areas: land, acreage properties, horse facilities, large garages, custom homes with space between neighbors. And for many buyers, this is exactly the appeal. You can have a luxury home that feels more like a private estate rather than a suburban house. Now, the lifestyle here also leans heavily into outdoor living. You're close to the Santan Mountains, which offers hiking, biking, and incredible desert scenery. Now, I'll be honest about something here. The Santan Mountains are beautiful, but they aren't quite as dramatic as mountain ranges like the Superstitions, Usery Mountains, or McDowell Mountains. But what they do offer is something a lot of people love: open desert views, quiet trails, and easy access to outdoor recreation. And then there's another lifestyle element that makes Queen Creek unique: agritourism. Places like Schnett Farms and Queen Creek Olive Mill have become local landmarks, and they give the town a very different feel compared to other parts of the Phoenix metro. Instead of a purely suburban environment, you get a mix of luxury homes, farmland, and rural character that creates a really unique lifestyle. Now let's talk about the future, because Queen Creek has been one of the fastest growing towns in Arizona over the last decade. And while many luxury communities here are already established, there is still a lot of growth happening. New shopping centers, new restaurants, new infrastructure, which means the town is continuing to evolve. Now, for some buyers, that's really exciting. They like the idea of being in an area that's still growing and improving. But for others, it means accepting that Queen Creek is still developing in certain areas. And that leads us to the final question: is Queen Creek actually the best luxury place to live in Arizona? And that answer comes down to a very specific type of buyer. Queen Creek is perfect for someone who wants luxury homes with acreage, privacy and quiet, a rural luxury lifestyle, access to outdoor recreation, and a home that feels like a retreat from the city. But Queen Creek might not be the right place for someone who wants a short commute into Phoenix or Scottsdale, urban walkability, nightlife and entertainment nearby, or a more central location in the valley, because that's simply not what Queen Creek is designed for. But if your goal is space, privacy, and a luxury home that actually feels like an estate, Queen Creek might quietly be one of the best places in Arizona to live. And if you're thinking about moving to Arizona and exploring places like Queen Creek, that's exactly what my team and I help people do every single week. Whether you're relocating from California, the Midwest, or somewhere else, we help buyers find the right luxury communities and properties for their lifestyle. So if you're considering making the move, reach out anytime, call, text, or email. All my contact information is in the description below. And if this video helped you understand what living in Queen Creek is really like, make sure to subscribe, because we release new videos every week about living in Arizona. And if you want to see the next luxury area you should consider in the Phoenix metro, check out the video right here, and we'll see you there.